Hey guys, we're live on Facebook. We're doing all three this time.
Oh, we are?
Yep. So we'll be on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. We're already connected to Facebook. Now we're connected to YouTube. Twitch always takes a minute. Hey guys, this is Steve from Orlando Collector Deviants. We are here live from Versus Comics and Games with Nick, the owner, actually Joker, the killer, and of course we got the con guru, the con father, Mr. Tom Raupp. And now we're on with Twitch. So we're up on all three, guys. We have Tom here today because he has two shows coming up, and we want, always before Tom has a show, we bring him on so he can promote the show. And is Versus part of either one of the shows?
Yeah, we're going to be in the DeLand one.
Yeah,
we're not going to be able to make it to the Brick City or the Daytona.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they will be at the lane.
Yeah.
So they'll be in DeLand, and that's in January. Hopefully I'll be at that one too. And Freddie says, Tom.
Freddie, how are you, buddy?
Hey, Freddie.
Freddie used to own Living Dead Comics before Lee.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's still really good friends with Lee and stuff. And they're all still like this. And Freddie he doesn't like visiting people anymore. He's too busy with his girlfriend.
Freddie.
Come see the Joker.
We'll make a house call.
So we're drinking. I've got my Ultra,
Corona,
and Corona and Corona.
With lime.
With lime. And just because it was, and Trish is drinking,
What are you drinking?
Not Your Father's Lemonade.
Oh, Not Your Father's Lemonade. All right.
Lee is a great boss. So,
Right.
what was I saying? Oh, and just because you asked for it, I got, 9 of the shots, buttery nipple shots.
nice.
Oh,
So-
sweets.
Those are good.
Have you had those yet?
I have not, no.
Oh, you'll love them.
They're good?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, it's a treat?
Oh, yeah. They go down way too easy.
Nice.
And we're gonna have a couple guest appearances over here. If you remember last time we were on here, Green Ranger was here, but we couldn't have him on because he was out of costume and out of his uniform, and we didn't want people mobbing him in his real life. So this way we'll have him. He has his suit here today, and we have Peter Parker over here. Or his cousin, one of the two.
And you can catch both at Versus Comics.
See, and we're going to be going here till 9 o'clock tonight, guys. So come over here to Vito Mall. We're live. Come to the back. Usually we're in the front. We're in the back this time. Come join us like you guys did last week or 2 weeks ago. But let's see. Oh, that's Trish.
Oh, I'm tagging everything.
You tagging everything? All right.
Everything.
Way too busy, and Trish, you rock.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, stop by Versus, though. Come in, see us, say hey.
Yep. Come in, have a beer. We got
a lot of cool stuff in here. Your gaming needs can be fixed right here. They have all kinds of gaming stuff. Comics.
Yeah, comics. Right now they're playing Warhammer. Warhammer's underway, and looks like they're in a heavy competition. So we'll see who wins later on tonight.
It'll be interesting.
It is awesome. The tables look great for Warhammer too.
Oh yeah,
So come down, grab your Warhammer gear, all that kind of stuff.
Those tables weren't here last time we were here. Now we came in and saw them. It's like awesome.
Yeah,
really
they
awesome.
look just the description on the tables, the scenery, everything are amazing.
Yeah. And don't just come down tonight. Come down every day. They got different events going on every day.
Correct. Thursdays is Warhammer, of course. Wednesdays, Comic Book Day. Friday is Magic. Monday is Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon now that we've added. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Is starting to build up there. And then, of course, Saturday is our D&D. And Sunday is open game for family games. Bring your family on down and play some family games. We'll teach you how to play some board games and everything else. Get out of that digital age, put down your controller, come play some board games. Reconnect.
Teach you guys how to play Clue.
Yes.
And Monopoly. But with Monopoly, you got to get here when the store opens. So by the time the game's ending, the store will be closing. Unless you're the Joker, and then you just steal all the money and walk away.
That's how you do it. That's how you win at life.
Okay, Mr. Tom, how has it been going?
It's been going good. We've been pretty busy. We have Brick City coming up. That's next weekend. We will be over in Ocala. This is the first time we've done a show there. 47 tables for vendors and about 8 or 9 artists that you can meet. So we're looking forward to the show. We've had a lot of support from local stores and, of course, from other stores that put out our flyers for us. So we're excited about it. And we hope to have a good turnout. So if you have nothing going on next Saturday on the 19th, please make a trip out to Ocala and check out our show. This is our flyer for it, Brick City. Sorry, forgot where the camera was.
We're in Ocala, or what is it near in Ocala?
It is.
There. We'll hide Daytona.
There you go. We're at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion there.
Okay.
And in front of the pavilion, they have an auditorium. And in that auditorium is where we're going to do the event. And that is on 2232 Northeast Jacksonville Road. And the show starts at 10, runs until 4 o'clock, and it's $5 to get in.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Now, is it $5 for everybody, or kids 10 and under?
Kids 12 and younger get in free for this show.
12 and younger. And I saw one of your main sponsors is Captain Kirk's Geek Shop.
Yes, Captain Kirk's Geek Shop is one of the stores in the area. They are our sponsors for this show. We also have Vibranium Comics, which is local, and they're supporting the show. Bearded Brown Coats is supporting the show. Kelly over at Vintage Toy King. So these are all stores.
One of my favorite stores is Vintage Toy King.
He's got a lot of cool toys.
Yeah.
And that big G.I. Joe
the aircraft carrier.
Every time I go there, he adds more and more stuff to it.
Where's that Vintage?
Vintage is that's is that 40?
Yeah, I think it's 40.
That's 40, and there's a McDonald's right near the shopping plaza he's in. But if you Google it, it comes out. He's been there for the last few years.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta check that out. Is he gonna have a booth there?
He is not setting up for this one.
He's gonna go buy to get stuff for his toy.
Yeah, I bet.
Vibranium, yes.
Now, let's see. George Christian County. Tom, are you coming to Rome, Georgia? Cough.
There's a possibility. I was asked if I would do that show. I definitely need to look at my events for next year as to what I've already paid for. It's the end of March, so
George,
nothing going on.
George, what show is that?
That's his show.
Well, I know, but what's the name of the show, and we can put it out there. And
it's Costco, I think he called it. He's got to write it on there because I can't remember the exact spelling.
And hey, Kyle, how's it going? Kyle Wills.
Kyle Wills, how are you?
Kyle?
Yeah, Kyle's an artist.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yep, up in the Jacksonville area.
Oh, awesome.
He shows up everywhere.
Everywhere?
He actually does. I've seen him all the way down into Miami at some of the shows.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep. Yeah. But he mostly sticks around the Jacksonville area if he can. But
so when are we going to do a Oviedo con? We should set something on up. There is nothing over here in Oviedo.
There's
tons
George's
of
answer.
people.
Okay, George is Kusakon?
Kusakon? I guess that sounds right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Couldn't remember. I just remember it was something. He'd asked about it, and that is probably a possibility of going there. I will get back to you, George, honest, I swear. I just need to check my dates for next year. But it's a one-day show that he's going to do.
Now, George, that you're looking into it.
Yeah, you got video evidence. Just if you ever have to remind him, just go back to this because it stays up a lot.
I'll remind him. I'll remind him.
Thank you, Joker.
And Kyle says, you guys sound great. Thank you. That's because I have an awesome microphone out here. And we got great acoustics in here.
Yes. Very good acoustics.
Acoustics.
You're acoustic. Okay. How many have you drank so far?
1.5. I'm way behind.
I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Well, we forgot a bottle opener, so it took us a while before
we could get started. So, so he's at the fairgrounds out there. Yeah, it's a show that I'm looking into doing, and we'll probably travel up and try it out.
Okay.
No, should be fun.
No problem, George. If you ever, when the show starts getting closer, you're more than welcome on our site, Orlando Collector Deviants. You're go on and post it, and you guys. That's what our site's for. It's for everybody to share, know what's going out around. It's not just for Florida. We've done Georgia. We do Chicago. We're everywhere now. We're not just centralized in Florida anymore.
You guys have done Chicago the last 2 years, right?
Yep. And we're waiting for a response if we get in this year.
Yeah, I hope you do.
Fingers for a third.
Well, hey, it's easier that way to watch what it looks there and
I know.
everybody. Because that's the cool thing.
I love the live walkthroughs.
Yeah, because you guys go and you show everything that's there, show the different vendors that are there. So people that aren't able to make it to the show see what they're missing out on. And you get to see some cool items that are for sale. So.
Oh, yeah. And if you guys ever watching while I'm doing the live walkthrough, say something. If you see something that I go through, just if you guys don't tell me to stop, you want to see something, I just keep walking. But if you guys see something, hey, can you go back? I will go back. If you have a question for one of the vendors, I will go back and we will ask them. But I love interacting when I'm doing it.
Will you buy it for me too if I see something I want?
Well, I know where you're at usually, so yeah. It depends. It has to be in my.
See, I got it on video now, Trish.
Hey, I've done it for other
You heard it
people.
here first.
Buying it for them while I'm out of the con.
Yeah, wait till he's up in Chicago and he goes past the $1,000 statue. I want that.
I will tell Louis because he's up there.
Yeah.
Hey, Louis, Tom wants this.
Well, Louis is a great guy. Louis of Marvel's Merchandise.
And Infinity Toys Comic
Infinity
Con,
Toy Comic Con, great guy. And he will be at the Daytona show, by the way.
of course.
Yep, so we'll have him set up there.
Because I won't be.
You may be.
I may be. If we can get somebody hired on, it changes my on-call rotation, so it helps out. But right now,
So if you know somebody,
Yes. And if you know a person that is trustworthy and a good maintenance man, please contact Steve because he needs a help.
yes.
Just for that day.
Just for that day?
Well, no.
Oh,
He
okay.
needs it for longer than a day.
Oh, no, longer than a day?
If
Okay.
anybody is looking for a job, contact me. That's in the maintenance field. There we go.
There you go.
right?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Brick City. It should be a fun show. We have
Now this is the first year show.
first year show. This show I'm doing with Tony Hines. Tony and I, along with Scott Doan, we do the Jacksonville Comic Toy Show. So I brought Tony in to help me out with Brick City. And like I said, we have the stores in the area that are helping us. So that's good to have all of them together. A lot of the same people that we have at most of the other shows are showing up, but we also have some people that have never done our shows. So it'll be a good mix of people in there. Toys, games, video games, action figures, magazines, pops. We have the gourmet chocolatier be there, so if you want your chocolate fix.
She's going up there to Ocala too?
So she'll be set up there. Then we also will have Feeling Good Food Truck. They will be set up there doing the food for us.
Now, Nick, have you tried Feeling Good Food Truck yet?
I have, yes.
They are like the best.
They are really
Yeah,
good.
because we had them at the land, and we always had
Yeah,
them at Daytona.
I had them at DeLand last year when we were at DeLand with Smash Comics.
Yes.
Remember I was working the booth with Mason?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and Brian.
And Brian, yep.
Yeah.
Brian
Yeah,
is now a
Feeling Good.
dad.
Now, have
Yeah,
you
Brian is
guys
now-
had Feeling
and
Good
he's,
Food Truck yet?
manager of the store.
Yeah.
Have you guys
Yeah.
tried the Feeling Good
So,
Food Truck?
yeah.
Okay, you can't be on my show if you haven't been.
You gotta try Feeling Good Food Trucks.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So,
And you guys gotta try the zucchini fries. Those things are awesome.
they are good. The zucchini fries.
You honestly think you wouldn't like them, but yeah.
Okay,
All right,
so you got Brick City. You got
we
all
finished all
kinds
the
of.
food on that. All kinds of stuff. We have
Any special guests?
special guests. They're all
Yeah.
special. They're all
Awesome.
special. Well, we have Terrence Baker and James Bethel. They're the B brothers.
Yeah.
But Terrence is also known for ICC.
Yep.
So
Well,
you guys are
know
aware.
Well,
Terrence.
he's part of our cosplay group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it'll
Well,
be
his-
The
nice.
cosplay connection.
And
So
his buddy
gotta
James
shout out to
is
that.
another cosplayer too,
Oh, awesome.
and
Awesome.
an artist, writer,
And
creator.
see, it'll be nice to see Terrence again since he moved up to Gainesville.
To Gainesville, yeah, and I haven't seen him in 2-3 months. Terrence, where you at?
So we have Terrence coming along with James. We have Martin and Heidi from Cosmic Times.
Okay.
They're South Florida, actually southeast Florida publisher, and they've been around for a while. They put out a lot of good books and stuff.
Now you're doing a
So-
signing with Martin, right? Is that what I saw?
There's this at Vibranium Comics.
Oh, that's Vibranium.
Yes.
Okay.
Martin will be at Vibranium Comics Friday night. I believe it is 6 to 8, and he's going to be doing the signing there. So that would be Friday the 18th. And then on the 19th, he'll be at Brick City.
Okay.
We have the Raven Wolves, both Monica and Graven. So they'll be there. Matt Knowles, kind of a steam hokey kind of guy, but
Yeah.
he does. I don't know. I think he's got like 11 issues or something out of the book right now. But he'll be there. Gotta go through my list
You
here.
got Jamie Jones.
David Jones. Okay.
Uh,
He
awesome.
does the baboon.
Yep. There's one more for that. John Pinto.
Oh, John Pitt is awesome.
Yep.
Yep.
We've had him. He was at the Land this past year, and
Yeah.
he'll be at
I don't
Brick
know.
City.
He's trouble, man.
Is he trouble?
He's
John
good
Pinto?
trouble though.
Yeah.
John Pinto's good trouble.
I don't know. He decided, just to have his wife at the Leesburg show last weekend, while he gallivanted around New York Comic Con.
Yeah, I mean that's something though. But he was working
On their
there.
anniversary.
Yeah, even on
Really?
their
On their
anniversary.
anniversary.
On our anniversary.
John, what happened?
He was in New York.
I know he was in New York.
I would have done the same thing by Trish.
I just said, get out.
We'll have
Yeah, right.
Joel Rodriguez will be there. Him and his wife Chrissy. Metal Ninja Studios. Who else do I have? Oh, Roland.
Oh, we don't know Rowan.
We have no idea who Roland is.
Well, see, I can't say anything bad because the Kickstarter was funded, got some stretch goals, not all the way to get to a bookmark, but I got a special message that there was a bookmark put aside for me.
Nice.
I made such a big fuss about getting a bookmark.
Yeah. Well, I think it was on the show as well. He
Yeah.
said that he was going to bring a bookmark. Yeah.
Yep.
So we have that.
So we have Roland at Brick City, and then in 3 weeks, one day from now is Daytona, and at Daytona, Roland is bringing this whole Silver Line crew in here.
Really?
Yeah, so
Oh,
they have
awesome.
a double booth.
Uh-huh.
So they'll have they're going to have some writers, some artists. They have a cosplayer there that's going to be dressed up as one of the characters' cat.
Oh, that's
from Cat and
cool.
Mouse. And they're also going to take anybody that wants an artist that's a budding, aspiring artist. They can bring in their artwork, bring it over to their table, and talk to them, and they can have their portfolio checked out, and possibly get a chance to work for them or something.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh, man, you could walk into a convention and walk out
With a job.
inking.
Well,
Yeah.
possibility.
Or
Possibility.
Or
Nothing
yeah.
set in stone.
Yeah.
And that's
Because you guys got to draw better than my stick figures, okay?
well, at Daytona we'll have Silverline, we'll have Aftershock Publishing, we'll have
And Aftershock is cool. They have a lot of cool titles.
Yeah, Scout Comics will be there too, and then Inverse Press.
So it's like a publisher's convention this year.
You have 4 big publishers that are in there that you can come in and you can talk to them, you can show them your work, and perhaps pick up a job.
And I'm going to tell you guys, to get 4 big publishing in one show, that's not a huge one like MegaCon or C2E2 is unheard of. And this man made it happen.
Not by myself. I had a lot of help.
Well, but you were able to bring it to a smaller show, so the normal people can actually have a chance to meet them
and not have to stand in lines for 3 hours.
Exactly.
And not pay $40 or $50 and just like this is just a straight out comic and toy show at Daytona.
And see, and don't get me wrong. When I say the normal people can meet, I'm just saying, like Tom says, you don't have to pay $100 to get into the show just to go see these guys, and then stand in line for 3 hours to be able to go. And the one comic you want is sold out, so you got to deal with a different one.
Yeah.
Everybody has the same shot to go up and see them. And the guys at Aftershock, I can't say enough. They remember us year after year, even up at C2E2. They do a shout out to us, so they're really cool. Along with Silverline, Roland,
Roland's getting there. We're gonna push him. We're gonna help him move up the ladder. But yeah, I mean, it should be good. You have all these different publishers that you can meet there.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool.
And a lot of different vendors.
Yes, a lot of. We have 80, I believe it's 81 10x10 booths there, filled with stuff, and it's comics.
And the Daytona one?
At the Daytona, yeah.
And see, that's the one. I've said this before. You don't have to stop talking.
Okay, no, go ahead.
I've said it before, even to a reporter that asked me one time. A lot of people sit there and save up for MegaCon. I sit there and save up for Daytona.
Yeah.
You will see comics that you won't see anywhere else, and actually get to see. It's the same place that me and Trish got to hold Amazing Fantasy 15 and Spider-Man #1 and X-Men #1. Actually held in our hand. These comics, and you wouldn't expect to see these caliber of comics at a show. And Tom brings these in from all over. And they bring them.
Awesome.
And people buy. It's not like they go, they're here to show. I've seen people buy these.
Yeah. Well, I got from Daytona last year, Amazing Spider-Man #101 and 102. So
Nice.
the first appearance of Morbius, and then the second appearance, which was I couldn't find that even at MegaCon. So it's one of the things that you can find at the local.
Yeah.
No, we draw in vendors from all parts of Florida. So it doesn't matter if they come up from South Florida or all the way over from the east, the west coast, or from North Florida. I mean, we pull in people from all parts. We also have vendors that are coming out of Georgia this time.
Oh, nice.
So there's always at least 3 or 4, sometimes 5 or 6 new vendors at the show. So we try to bring in an influx of people so that everybody has a chance to see good books and purchase good stuff.
Sorry we couldn't be there this year.
Okay.
We couldn't schedule it around.
We're gonna work it out for next year.
Yes, we definitely will be there next year. Versus Comics, so definitely check us out there.
See, and I forgot I have to go to Daytona, so I'm gonna have to figure out some way to switch the thing because I told Roland that Roland has a special opportunity for me.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to get there.
You get to cosplay as one of his characters?
Oh no.
You should do Punisher. We'll do Punisher and Deadpool again.
We can.
Is it in December?
No.
Oh.
This is at the Daytona one.
Oh, Daytona.
Daytona is November 3rd.
Oh, November 3rd. Okay.
Okay. Now this is a buttery nipple. I don't think they're old enough to drink. You guys old enough to drink?
Nope. Not at all.
Oh, okay.
So then that's a no.
That's a no.
That's a no.
Oh no, both of them are old enough to drink. Yeah.
Peter Parker
I
ain't
thought
old
you
enough to
meant
drink.
us too.
Oh, believe me, I'm old enough.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Man, that is smooth.
Isn't it?
That is really good.
I'm gonna look up the recipe so I can know how to make them at home.
That's nice. Put some butter on a nipple. Right?
Okay, I thought I left Christian at home.
Yeah, Christian. Oh my goodness.
Brandon, just stop by. Here's buttery nipples. See, on the next show, Brandon is our guest.
Oh, awesome.
He is one of the owners and runners of Free Play Florida, and that's coming up. So we're going to have him on. We've been setting this up for a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Awesome.
In October, or is that in
November?
November. Okay.
Usually it coincides with your show, but it's not this year.
Good.
I never get to go to Free Play because it's up against your show.
Right.
And Ranger stuff isn't up against you this time either.
No, they're the week after. And we had worked it out last year. They were the week after. It's like 2 years or 3 years ago we were. And that's the thing with all the shows that are going on in Florida. It's really hard to find a date. It is so tough to find a date that doesn't conflict. And yeah, if only we could all pick a date and then never have to worry about it. But everybody wants to put a show on.
And they think they can put on a better show than the other person that's doing that weekend. So
yeah, well, I don't think that way. I just think I need to get people in the door, and that's only a good show because we have a lot of good vendors, we have a lot of help, a lot of support. It's just all the stores take our flyers. Without them, we wouldn't be anywhere. An email list is great, but without people actually supporting and talking about the show and putting out flyers, saying good things about it because they've had a good time there, the show wouldn't go anywhere. And then without having great vendors, I mean, I've had Shelton Drum that runs Heroes.
Okay, yeah.
Hard to find. He's come down and set up. And this guy has Golden Age. I mean, oh my God. The amount of books that he brought down that time.
Some of the comics we've touched at his shows.
yeah, that's what I was.
Easy, that sounds a little sexual.
Well, Viet has been at some of his shows.
Well, yeah, good news.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon, there is so many things to do in Florida.
There's we had Rick Whitlock, who is New Force Comics. He set up in April. I mean, this man's got like multiple certain books. So it's just like you want to look at a Batman one or a Spider-Man one, and it's incredible some of the books that some of these guys bring. So, and a lot of local guys bring in big books too. So it's definitely a good comic show book. You can go in there, you can buy whatever you want, look at stuff.
And it's not just all high-end books. You got books from, some guys that bring in the 50 cent.
Yeah.
Those guys usually get bought out within an hour, so you need to hurry up. Because they buy up, they pack up, and they leave.
Oh, this year at the door, the first 500 people that walk in are going to be getting a gift bag, a goodie bag. And in there's going to be something Silverline that's only available at Daytona.
And it's for paying guests, Trish.
Trish, I got a bag put aside just for you.
There you go.
He's getting a bookmark.
Wait, do I get a bag too?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
But yeah, they're the first 500. Silverline's giving us a product to put out that's only going to be available at Daytona.
All right, rolling.
And since we can't be one of the first 500 because I can't get out of the house in time, that's probably very kind of you.
I'll be there for
I'll
you.
have a bag for you.
Yeah, I'll be there for you.
You also know we can be less than 15 minutes away and we still can't show up on time.
That's okay. As long as you get there. I just want the support. That's it. You show up, be there, hang out, walk around, let everybody know what's going on in there. Because your walkthroughs, they mean a lot to a lot of people that they can't get there, and they can look at different things. The walkthrough that you did last year in the fall actually made a person from over in England come over for the April show because he saw all the comics that were there. And he said, "Do you have the same vendors?" I said, "No, we change sometimes, But he came over in April, and he was very happy. And he was asking me about next year's dates, and he said, "Well, next year it looks like Daytona will only be a 2-day show in October. So maybe he'll come back. But your walkthroughs do help a lot of people."
And I do hear that. I hear it usually after the fact, because even what a lot of people tell me is even if they don't watch it live, they'll watch it later. Kind of like Tom does with the show sometimes.
Well, when the show's on, I try to watch as much of it as I can, but at the same time, we've got to do work.
Yeah.
Always got to do stuff. So, yeah, occasionally I do miss out, but I do catch most of it.
Oh, yeah, I know, because you usually at least come on and say hi.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
Try to hang out with them. So.
Now, see, Nick, we have a Coke in there. You want a Coke?
See, the thing is, on Wednesday, so if I got to I got to strip all of this off.
Ah.
We're finding things out about the Green Ranger we don't need to know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Steve didn't bring any ones.
I thought you just like did the little thing, then boom, and the costume's gone.
You don't morph?
We'll get you the ones, you know, like the old long johns that have the, you know, little access panels.
That's a good idea.
You know, you guys, if you want, you can bring chairs over, and you guys can be in the
Yeah,
back.
you guys can hang out. Come on.
That way, I don't have to keep yelling across the way.
Yeah, put your masks on.
Yes, please.
Nobody wants to see
It's a good camera.
Ain't nobody wants to see that.
But yeah, with Daytona, I mean, it's some of the best things. I love it. I mean, it's you can get anything there.
Yeah, you really can. Yeah. From baked goods, I think I bought a couple of baked goods that you guys had in the front.
Yeah, the one time we had
that one lady
here,
that
yeah.
sells the cookies, the fudge, and all that stuff. Yeah,
The
you get that
chocolatier?
right. Yeah,
Yep.
that's it. The
The
chocolatier lady.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she's one of the
And
nicest
comics,
people.
she is super, and she'll give samples too.
Yes.
She does.
Yeah.
I don't even like chocolate, and I like her.
Yeah, Spidey, Spider-Man, and the Green Ranger.
And the Green Ranger.
Yeah,
Very
come
cool.
check them out at Versus.
Yep, they're here like every other day.
Yeah, we can't get rid of them.
Now I feel safer. Now I feel safer next to you.
Did you feel unsafe?
Oh, with the knife in your hand, yes.
We got two heroes, and well, yeah,
An anti-hero.
And it's out here.
it depends on the day, right?
It does. It does.
Speaking of which, did you go see your movie?
I haven't yet. Yes. Yeah.
I'm
I was
one of
going to
those
see it
too.
last weekend, but got busy with work and everything. So going to see it this weekend. Yeah. Don't spoil it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
But
so
I heard
can't.
really good things
Yeah, no,
about it. I heard really good things.
Yeah, if you're looking for Batman, don't expect to see him.
Yeah. Spider-Man saw it. He told me it is phenomenal, and that's all he left it at. Right? Spider-Man, he's good? All right.
Okay, and on that note, I'm going to do a quick review. You got to make sure you tag it.
Yes, of course.
Me and Trish got to see Gemini Man on Tuesday. We got to see a screening of it before it releases tomorrow.
Really?
Awesome movie. Will Smith kicks Will Smith's ass like nobody else because he's fighting himself.
Yeah.
So it is awesome. It from start to finish, it doesn't bore you. There's like really no slow parts to it. It stays going. We recommend seeing it if you guys get a chance to see it.
Yeah. That is awesome.
Because we don't go to movies that often, but we got free passes to go see the screener. So
Oh, that's
it's
cool. I definitely want to check out that movie. That movie looks really good. The trailers are
Oh,
phenomenal
yeah.
for it. Yeah.
and it's when the action's going, it is nonstop. It's fast. It's nonstop. It's fun.
Yeah.
And there's enough humor that it kept Trish
Right on.
intrigued into it.
Okay.
Because you got the Will Smith humor, you know.
Yeah.
And if anybody knows me, I fall asleep like that at a movie, and I did not even nod off at all.
So it kept your interest
It
the whole
did.
time. So actually.
That's very cool, though, that you got to see it before everybody else.
That's
So what happens if he gets an Academy Award? Does he get two?
Well, it depends. It depends.
Right?
That's funny.
Well, it all depends. Is it as a
Unique way of looking
That is
at
a
it.
unique way, yeah.
is it a supporting cast actor or is it going to be lead actor? Because
Both of them are leads, right?
well, no,
No?
because
No.
the bad guy would be more of the supporting.
Oh, okay.
So you
All
can
right,
win
yeah,
two
that's true.
awards.
Yeah, he could win two
Yeah.
different categories.
That would be cool.
But we won't spoil it for you. But it's really awesome. You guys get a chance to see it.
Yeah. We're going to go check out Gemini Man, right, Green Ranger? All right, cool. Spider-Man, yeah. All right, we're going to go check it out.
A lot of people
Tom.
were pissed that we were getting to go.
Tom's going to check it out.
Tom's going to check it out. You don't want to go see a movie with me, Tom?
Are you dressed like that?
Yes. Every day.
Cool.
See, I like that. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so speaking of movie, when was the last time you went to a movie, Tom?
That's a while. I kind of watch everything at home.
Are you ever at home?
Well, a little bit here and there, yeah.
You're usually traveling.
Yeah, traveling around a lot. Do a lot of traveling. This weekend off to Atlanta. Yeah, going up there to do a show. Next weekend in Brick City. Yeah. weekend after that down in South Florida. And I should see you down there too.
You'll see us down there because we have a table. We'll be doing interviews down there all Friday.
Now that show is that's the 25th, correct?
October 25th. It's at Dave and Buster's down in Hollywood, Florida.
Yeah, TGIF is what he's calling it.
Yep.
And
you're doing a show at Dave & Buster's?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, we're setting up. They're setting up food so they can
that's
interview
awesome.
people.
Yeah, he's not doing the show. Somebody else is doing the show.
He's running the show. I'm just going down to set up.
Oh, okay.
And he's doing it in Dave & Buster's where they have a room you can rent. And then they'll run a 7-hour show there.
That's cool.
So it'll be interesting to see how it works out.
Yeah.
Plus, if you need something to eat or drink or go play games,
Right there.
it's right there. Yeah. So yeah, it's a cool concept. And then the next day, VTL Collectibles is having a show at I believe it's called Mikasuki Gaming Casino, and he does a monthly show there. So I'll be able to do 2 shows in one weekend.
And I didn't realize that BTL Collectibles was on Saturday, so we might, since we're going to be down there, just swing by and check it out.
It'll be a cool show to check out.
But we're going to be set up. Remember how we were set up at Infinity, where we had the table and we're doing the videos all day?
Yeah.
That's what we're going to be doing down there.
Down there? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we liked Infinity. Infinity was great. Louis puts on a good show, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Louis makes me work harder now.
Does he?
I mean, you go in there and he's got curtains up. He's got
I
drapes up.
know.
He's got carpet down.
You got
It's
the
very
guy,
professional.
he has cosplayers doing the piano.
And then
yeah.
the musical, the guy that was doing the music the whole time,
Yep.
not too loud, not too crazy. It was well done. Yeah, it's a nice show.
Yeah.
And he gets a very diverse crowd in there. that
He
comes
does.
out. So it's.
We were there. We were set up. Yeah. We loved it. Yeah, it was
I
great.
don't know. I enjoyed that show. And I just hope he can keep building on it and make it bigger and bigger. And that people help support it and keep coming to it. Because that is a good show. So. Yeah. No, he makes me work too hard. Damn you, Louis. Damn you. Yeah, I gotta up my game. I just. So when we do curtains at ours now behind the guest, that's thanks to Louis.
That's thanks to
Yeah,
Louis?
yeah.
Okay. All
Because
right.
we have him bring his curtains in and he puts them up for us. And he helps us out.
Because Louis is a nice guy.
Yeah.
He is very, very. And helping.
Yeah.
Helps out a lot.
That's because he likes doing it. It's not because he's in it for anything other than he enjoys it.
No, he seems to honestly enjoy what he's doing.
And his family. His whole family
Oh yeah,
helps
no,
out.
yeah. There's one though, Lex. You were trouble there, boy. The rest of them, they're all good.
So now, Tom, you've been doing this for many a moon.
Oh God, yes.
Is there ever a show that you put on? Cause you put on a few shows and stuff like that you didn't like that the event that ended up. I'm putting you on the spot.
The one show that I didn't like that I did here in Florida was one that I helped somebody over in the Newport Richie area. I don't like how it turned out because he didn't follow directions. He didn't go out. He didn't get the people behind him. He says he did, but the whole show showed that he didn't. And at the end, there was, let's just say there was a sour taste in my mouth at the end.
Okay.
That is like one show that I think could have worked and would have worked a lot better. But there were a lot of no things that he did. One, you don't have a live band come in there and start playing at the end of the show. You just, as soon as they start playing, we're all ready to leave. And you just don't do that.
We saw one with wrestling that basically killed the end of the show.
Yeah.
And that
Someone had a wrestling ring and a.
Well,
Yeah.
Supercon does that. And in the beginning down in Miami, when you left at night, if you came back to watch the wrestling, the whole vendors area was wide open. And we come in the next morning, and there was food plates in your booth because people were sitting in your booth eating. Now, security was supposed to stop all that. And it's kind of like, it didn't happen to everybody all the time, but it's just one of those things that if you don't have separate rooms, it doesn't matter how much security you have, somebody's going to find a way to come back here and look around.
Yeah.
And then you worry because your merchandise is there.
Well, how many times do you hear the stories that somebody lost how many thousands of dollars of comics because people were let into the area.
And that's, when we do a 2-day show, I try to be, I'm always the last one out with whoever's locking up the building when they set up the alarm. And I'm always the first one in. And then I try to get my help to be there so that as vendors are coming in, there's at least people walking around the room with me so we keep an eye on everything. We do have security guys to come. Last show we had one guy that was security that was walking around. He was there. We have the security at the school that comes in and checks every so often. They drive around out there in the parking lot. They walk around the building. But you can't catch everybody. It doesn't matter what show you're at, big show, small show. Somebody somewhere is going to try to steal something.
Oh, yeah.
We've had a lot of little things here and there at different shows. We try to deal with it out of everybody's eye so that nobody realizes something bad's happening. So that it's dealt with, it's done. You don't go running down the street and tackle the guy in front of everybody. Would like to, but I'm too old, too tired to do that now.
No, that's what you have Trina for.
Well, she will straighten him out. But yeah, it's just there's certain shows that I helped the guy do a show in Maryland, and we did everything. We ran TV ads, everything, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, we're gonna have a lot of people here." And we flew in one artist out of California to come out to do the show. We all showed up. We're all excited. All the vendors excited. We opened the door. It was the lowest attended show we've ever had. And it was like, doesn't matter what you do sometimes there's either too many shows in the area, maybe people don't have the money, don't have the year, but you try different things. And you always keep trying. I did over 700 and some programs at one time in a show. And at the end of the show, Trina was going around begging people to take the things because nobody was picking them up at the door. And I spent a lot of money to make them things. But she didn't want me to know that nobody was taking them. But it was something I tried that didn't work, where it did work at other shows. But at the end, you don't know what's always left all the time either. We've seen it at Dragon Con, like on Monday, they're trying to hand out and begging you to take your programs because they will print it. And they don't do little cheap 3 or 4 page things like I was doing. They do a big old thick book. I mean, that's a lot of money they're spending. And there's a lot of things that happen at shows that you learn from, you try to better it next time. Last year, this past April, we did the same thing that Heroes did, where we allow people that are 18 or younger in for free. And we're doing the same thing in November. So it's just trying to get some of the people that are 15 or 16 or 17 into the show. And this way they got an extra few dollars to spend. Even though it's only $10 to get in or $7 online, it's saving them a little bit of money that they can come in and maybe spend it on something. We did a costume contest that you guys have always seen.
Yep.
Which, by the way, you two back there, you guys would be like fantastic at. Oh, you'd already win. I'm not even going to say anything. You're a winner.
You better not.
But we give away what we call Daytona bucks, and you get them, and then you go spend them in the room, and then the vendors go running around and they find me, so they get real money for it. So this way, you bring the people back into the room, you make them spend money, and we try these different things, and it works, and it worked well enough that at Louis at Infinity they were doing like these card things.
Yeah, he does the Louis money.
Yeah. Well, they printed up one that was like for $1 million or something, or 100,000 that they gave me, and I walked over and I gave it to him. I said, "Here, I want to pay for the next 10 years." He told me it was no good, but they printed it up. I
think he had a heart attack.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He must have had another one when I gave him mine, but yeah, we like him, and it's. You try stuff to generate more money back into the market.
Now, he had like a gaming table that was like separate from the convention floors. Have you ever tried that?
We did that the one year in DeLand.
Yeah.
And we rented out an area.
Yeah.
And the people that ran it said that they didn't make enough money doing it.
Oh,
so, and that's it. And DeLand's more of a collectible show.
It is.
And Daytona we're
Not even really a comic show, just more of a collectible.
yeah, it's more vintage stuff and but there's new stuff there too.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have been there,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I mean,
No, they had a lot of new
yeah.
and old. I picked up some stuff personally, and we sold a lot of stuff.
Right, and then it's a mix.
I
of
bought it
stuff.
on a table.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I did. There was somebody towards the middle of the show. I ended up pretty much buying out his whole stock because he was just giving me deal after deal after deal.
Lee and his dad, George, when they come.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, his dad's like, "Where's my son?" I'm like, "He just walked out with a bag." He's like, "Where's my dad?" He just walked out with a bag because they're in there and they're finding cool stuff.
Oh yeah.
And there's vintage Star Wars, there's new Star Wars. We have people doing pops, comics. I mean, it's a good little show for vintage stuff. But like I said, we tried gaming there. It didn't work one year. Our problem with Daytona is that, like, the panel room is in another building. So you got to go out the building, across the street and back to go to the panel room. There's nowhere to do gaming.
Hey, Aaron.
You know, so.
What about in the
Aaron
Daytona?
D'Angelo said,
Hey, Aaron.
Daytona?
Huh?
Or is that what you were talking about?
Yeah,
Daytona one?
Daytona,
Okay.
yeah. If we had.
So I was wondering about
venue
like
that
hosting
was-
like a D&D or something
Right,
like that.
and we had a venue that was on the mainland that was as nice and as larger than where we're at, then we would do it. But going beachside to the convention center is just not worth it. Because right away when you go over there, you're paying the park.
Oh yeah, you are.
The venue's going to cost me 10 times what it costs now. Nobody wants to go beachside. And everybody goes, "Oh, well, we're going to go to the beach." Hey, you're going to go to the beach. You're not coming to the show.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know, and that's
That
the
is
thing.
Is that the Ocean Center?
Yes.
Yeah, Ocean
Yeah,
Center.
that's where.
And see, we go there for CEO, and the parking is kind of horrendous and everything. And then to get to the room, and CEO is huge.
Right.
And to get to the room, it's a hike and it's this and that. And I understand the headache that you would have.
We found one venue that it was a beautiful room. It was like 100 feet long, 50 feet wide. You look out and see the ocean and the beach. You have to park a mile up the street.
Oh wow.
So how do I tell people to go park a mile up the street? And we
then
have to
walk a
shuttle
mile,
or
yeah.
walk or whatever. And that,
There's a whole bunch of hassle.
Well,
Yes.
well, and that's the thing. Like with the Ocean Center right now, I love CEO, but now you had that parking garage the first year. You didn't have anything next to it. Now they built that Daytona Lagoon
yes,
right
it's on the
next to
backside.
it.
Yeah.
So you lose half your parking, if not most of it, just for the lagoon. You know.
Okay.
Spidey doesn't have his watch on him.
Ah.
You should have that Spidey sense.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask another question. You're all gonna answer here individually.
Okay.
So what is, and I'm not talking just yours. What is your favorite convention to go to Vendat or?
I really like going to Heroes Con up in Charlotte. Simply because if it's a slow show for me as a vendor, I can walk around and see some of the coolest books ever because there's so much vintage stuff there. I can also go around and see all the artists that are there. Now, this past year, if you went to see Bill Sienkiewicz or a couple others, you had to stand in a long line, but you still got to see all these other cool artists sitting there. So as far as a show that I like either Vendat or go to, that would be the show right now.
Okay. Now, what about you?
I like Orlando MegaCon. That one is always one of my favorites. Yeah.
Now,
Because there's tons of things to do, see panels, gaming, everything.
and you cosplay there, of course.
Oh, of course, every single day. And I'll go for 4 days and see different things every single day.
Yeah,
And we were there this year, actually. We had a booth there.
Yeah, you
which was
were there.
great. We loved it. Yeah, that was our first year because we had just opened up, a month before here in the Oviedo Mall.
Yeah, I remember because we went on Sunday. I'm like, oh, look, there's verses.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what's your favorite con to go to?
Honestly, it's definitely Tampa really has Tampa Comic Convention or MegaCon like you used to like said, has much more spirit than anything else. I wish I could go 4 days before schedule. I'm always out saving the world.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Trouble calls, they summon me.
What about
Good
you?
answer.
I've been to MegaCon for the past 8 years now. I absolutely love it. I worked with Nick
Oh, yeah.
this year at MegaCon. The one day I went. That one's my favorite, but Anaheim WonderCon in Anaheim, California is definitely close. I went 1 year, and it was
And see, I can understand because everybody's gonna know. I'm gonna say C2E2. That's my favorite. That's why I'm hoping SuperCon is gonna like step up since Reed Pop took over SuperCon. We'll see. But
We'll see. I mean, Pre-Pop brings a lot of stuff to their C2E2, to New York Comic Con. They bought an established show. They're changing the dates already. I think it's Mother's Day weekend this year. Oh, 2020. But they're always looking for a way to improve their shows all the time. They do become a costly show to do though. And when it goes to New York next year, it's up like 10% more per booth. But they bring the people in, they bring the guests in.
They get the people.
Yeah. So
see, I like it for basically how they treat Artist Alley. I mean, they do really good. You can have Scotty Young next to John Pinto. I mean, they don't separate. The only time I've ever seen them separate, like everybody's heard a million times, was George Perez and Marv Wolfman. They kind of got their own little section where everybody else was intermixed,
right.
The locals with the stars, you know.
Which is it's the way you should do it, though. It shouldn't be like, okay, you're a A-lister, you're a B-lister, you're nobody, so you're way over here in the corner. It shouldn't be the way. Everybody should be in there together. Because some of the people, believe it or not, I mean, it's one guy knows like 5 or 6 other guys. They've all worked on each other's books, or they've done something, or they've gotten help from each other, and it's good to see all these people together. When you start dividing them up and you start doing it where, okay, here's the elite, okay, you guys are bums, you go over here. That's like everybody should be kind of an equal thing.
And see, that's the only thing. MegaCon's good. I like MegaCon. But how they treat Artist Alley is what I don't like.
Artist Alley is too hard to negotiate.
Yeah.
This past year, there was no aisle markers. Andrea called me up. She says, hey, the chocolate gourmet.
Yeah.
She says, hey, I'm over here by this column, and there's a sign over my head. Well, there's 3 columns, and they all had the same sign over them. And I'm like, how do I? Because once you start going down it, you kind of get lost in all the posters and everything.
Well, that and you got kind of pushed because it was just so crowded.
Yeah, well,
it was very crowded. So you really couldn't
Artist
stop
Alley. It was like their hallways, their walkways were smaller.
Yeah,
and the guys have no room. Say we're sitting at a table and the people behind us put up a cage or something. Oh yeah, we're kind of stuck. We're like, and that's
Well, and then they put out their pro guests all on the outside. They don't make it to where the people go inside. They make it to where you avoid
you gotta go around,
all the artists, to get to the.
See, with the guys that run Tampa Bay Comic Con, they have a middle section where they put all the artists in, and that's your Artist Alley. So all your vendors are on the outskirts. So to get there, you've got to go through vendors one way or the other, and then you can walk all around the artist.
I like that concept. Yeah,
and it's a cool concept.
Yeah.
Plus, all the shows they do everything in quads where it's everybody has a corner booth, and there's nothing on the wall. They leave the space around the wall.
Yeah.
So that's cool because now everybody pays the same price, and everybody gets a corner. It's just where you are in the room that's different. It's some people want to be all the way up in the front. Sometimes being in the front isn't the best.
Yeah.
There's guys that want to be way in the back or right there in front of the artist because they have certain items that sell better that way. Every show we go to, we set up, we look around and we try to figure out what can we use from that show that works that you could use at one of your shows that you run that may make it better. And that's always the thing, is trying to figure out what works better. I have not been to C2E2.
Me neither.
I've set up at Chicago Comic Con, and that was a 22-hour drive from my house. And I did that the first 3 years I was here. I have not been back since.
And if you fly, it's like a 4-hour flight, so it's better to fly. And if you're lucky on your way back, you can get upgraded to first class, and that's like a experience all in itself.
Oh,
I would do it again
Would
in
you?
a minute. Even if it means leaving Steve in the back, I would do it.
Oh, man. You know
Leave
how
Steve and the coach.
Have you
Right?
guys been on flights, right?
Never been on.
Never been on flights. Well, when you
Look,
sit,
I've been in the helicopter. That's supposed to get.
well, that's cool.
That is cool. Yeah.
That's cool.
but when you sit in regular coach and all that, you get like what strifer waffles or some
Stroop waffles.
or some peanuts or some pretzels or something. In first class, you get a whole freaking 3-course meal.
Even if
What?
it's a 2-hour flight.
Yeah.
And you also have a little bit more room to do this.
Yeah.
Instead of
Oh, yeah.
sitting there like I do the whole time on the flight going,
Oh yeah,
God,
it's always
sit
two of
over
you
here.
in a section.
yep,
Your trays pop out of the side, come up and over. They have stuff just to set your electronics on to watch the movies. Yeah.
They give you a hot
They,
towel.
and you've seen it in all the movies where they give you the hot towel. That is actually a thing.
That's really real.
Let's
It's
just
like-
and they do close the curtain.
So you fly first class?
No,
Front
my
can't
wife,
see you.
She flies first class. She lives in Tokyo, and so anytime she comes down, she's always flying first class.
Nice.
And she's always telling us, like all the crazy stuff that she's, because she works different.
I do have to admit, I had to watch what other people were doing with the hot towel because I didn't know what to do with it.
I just throw it on my face and go, thank God.
Well, and they give you free beer too, and not just one. You can keep getting more free beer.
Ah, I got to get back up to first class.
It's worth it now, isn't it?
Yes.
Just in the free beer.
Yeah, because I won't pay for anything back there in coach. I'll just take a ginger ale and that's it.
It's like
Yeah,
tiny leg room. I'm still like, all right.
Yeah, nice.
Well, when I'm in coach, I can't figure out the chairs are supposed to recline, but I can't ever figure out how they do. The guy in front of me does because he ends up in my lap, but I never figure out how to do it. But in coach, it was nice. In first class, it's like boom, everybody's quiet, everybody, and while you're waiting for everybody to load on,
Right.
they're giving you beer and food and everything. Oh yeah, this is before we take off. And here's the menu of what we're gonna have. You pick what you want, like chicken pesto and all this. It's like,
I could get used to this.
and what cheesecake and everything. Yeah.
It's like going on a cruise.
Right? Oh, going on a cruise. Yes.
Oh my, they just take such good care of you.
You eat all the time. What's wrong with that? Absolutely nothing.
My wife and I went once, and that was like, you just keep thinking about it all the time.
I know. But we were just had this conversation the other day about cruises.
Yep. Have you guys been on cruises?
Actually, my family
Oh, you need to go.
Yeah.
Oh,
You need to go. Well, when you're on the cruise, all you're going to care about is how many drinks you can have.
yep.
He can't have drinks.
Just make sure
Oh, he can.
Make sure you pay that bar tab in advance.
Yeah.
Unlimited.
Yeah.
Or pay as you go.
We did that once. Yeah, get the unlimited.
Yeah.
The only thing I recommend if you go on a cruise, get a whole bunch of that airborne and all that kind of stuff because you will get sick from the cruise. Yeah. You think con crud is bad? Cruise crud is worse.
Yeah, because everybody walking
Make sure you
around.
got your sea legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thousands of people all on a boat.
Oh, it is just a
Plus, yeah, I was in the Navy, so that was nothing for me.
Now, did you have a waiter that remembered your names and everything the whole time? We went as a big family. There was 15 of us, I guess. They remembered all our names by the second day.
Wow. We never went back. We went to the fancy dining the first night, and we never went back.
Oh, no, we went.
We actually went 3 times. We went all the way up to the captain's dinners. The last night was the only time we didn't go.
Every night we went and sat at the same dining table that they assigned us. And, yeah, he remembered everybody that was at the main table and all the nephews, nieces, and everything that were at the other table and remembered all our names.
I'm impressed.
And then the next day we're at lunch and it was like, oh, young Mr. Tom, how are you? Where's your father at? Where's your mother at? They're over there. Who the hell is this guy? I was like, oh, that was my waiter.
When you go on the cruise,
I like the
be
24
ready to extend your suit because it's nonstop eating 24 hours. They have food available 24 hours for you.
You've never been on a cruise?
I've never been on a cruise.
Ice
No.
cream, soft
Yeah.
serve. Yeah, it's.
That sounds amazing.
I dieted before I went.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gained it all back plus.
Burgers for
The
breakfast.
casino's really good too there. No, see, but you gotta be smart. We
What?
went.
You gotta check out something.
Okay.
We went.
You wanna sit right there? Get in.
We went with the whole thing that we took like $10 to $15 a day. Once it was gone, you were done for the day. Now, if you were
Always
her,
take what you want to donate. That's it. That's it.
now if you were her, you know, you were spending that every day. Now, if you were me, I kept growing it out until the last day. I actually walked away with $20, and I only started with 10. I started out 10 on the first day.
If
By
I
the
wanted
end
treat,
of the time, I walked away with $20, but I
If
never
I
spent
wanted
any
treat,
more
I
the
took
rest of
it.
the time.
There you go.
I kept playing with that same 10 the whole time, and I just kept playing slots. I just found the slots.
Slots are
Slots is
cool.
always good. But she's a cooler, so never go with her. I would have to kick her away
Yeah.
because I'm winning. Boom! Every time I turn around, it's going off. You're winning, and she would come over. All of a sudden, lose. I looked at her, and finally, after the second day, I said, "Walk away." She walked away, winner. I was like, "You can't be around me no more." Oh yeah. In the casino world, it's called cooling. They cool your good luck. Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the next show that people will see you at?
Well, recently I just joined a group called Guardians of Justice.
Hey, we love those guys.
I just
love them.
and I just did 2 events not too long ago. Actually, me and a friend of mine, he like you probably know him. His name is Brian Harris. He does Maui.
Yeah.
We recently went to Palm Bay. So we went to Palm Bay for they had like a water theme thing for kids with autism. So we went there because I guess the rest of the crew they couldn't make it because I guess the drive and the work schedule. Me, luckily I was off, and honestly he thought he was going to be alone, but I said no, I'm going to go with you. So we went, great turnout. I mean, there were other people from other groups and conventions and stuff like that. So they had like a little water thing for the kids and all that. And basically, we were the center of the attention. So we were the center of the attention of the whole crowd. So me and Brian was walking around, kids loving us, like, and like this one kid, like, he amazed me. He's like, hey, I see you on TV. I watched all your movies. I'm like, now see that? That's how you start them out, yeah. And then one kid almost got me. It was a little girl, actually. Like I said, and knowing these kids are fighting these diseases every day, like they're stronger than any of us today.
Oh yeah.
Because they're trying to make it like some people don't even make it through life, you know. And it's like it's very consuming to see them to fight this every day, and they be so happy about it. So they'll let it go. So this little girl, she came to me, and directly, like, I shook her hand, and then like 2 seconds later, she just instantly just hugged me out of nowhere. She would not let go for anything. The only thing she kept telling me, like, over for the past 10 seconds is, I love you. And literally almost broke down. She almost got me.
Wow.
She almost got me.
See, Guardians of Justice is one of the ones we love. We know a lot of them. Matthew the Floor, Jim Moore. We know a lot of the Guardians, and we love what they do, what they stand for. So I'm glad you're part of them.
Yes, because
If I had the time, I most definitely would. I want to get in touch with them as well as when I saw her last week, she was like, sign up. It's a lot of fun. You know, she's like, you got the time. They ask me if you're available for events. You do it. And, I can do more. I would love to do that if I was not so busy with school and work.
That's understandable. But Guardians, like I said, Guardians, I love them. I'm glad you're part of them.
yes, because before that, we was in that fandom in Kissimmee, you know, when I first started there. And like I did, like, it was like a little small convention con, like, so it's like, I didn't know about it, to be honest, though, but it was like a great turnout. We had fun. The kids loved it. So like, I always wanted to do more and get out there besides doing regular comic books, you know. So being part of the Guardians was a big change for me. So like I said, I'm looking forward to more events.
Oh yeah, and it's getting to that time of year where they do a lot a lot for the kids.
And I'm looking forward to it. Like as long as the kids have and all that, that's what I'm there for. It's all about the kids.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. All about the kids. And that's for with most of the Guardians. If you talk with them, it's the same thing about the kids. That's the whole reason all of them do it. Okay, so that still didn't answer me. Where are we going to see you next?
Honestly, what's the next thing? Honestly, the Daytona Beach Convention. I'm definitely there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I had to request off from both my jobs. I made sure I did that. And honestly, I'm bringing my mom along too because she's never been when she was ready to go there. And besides, I told her her favorite wrestler's going to be there because I already met him in Kissimmee. Not at Fame, but
You met him at Infinity Con.
yeah, Infinity Con, yeah.
Yeah, Rocky
Johnson.
Soul
Yes.
Man.
Yes, Soul Man, Rocky Johnson.
We also have Gringell.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll be there too.
Definitely. So she couldn't make it.
Thanks to Tom and John Crowther.
Yes, no, thanks to John. John took me up with a lot of good people. So, yeah, John does, he writes a lot of the wrestling comics and stuff. So with them, we've been able to bring quite a few.
John is the little guy that's next to Rocky half the time.
Rocky's really a big guy.
And he's fun. He has a great sense of humor.
He does. And then I told him, I said, what's funny is that a couple of years ago when I was at Universal, because like I go to that theme park all the time. That's my happy. I call it my happy place to go to. And at the time being, Jimmy Fallon was opening his new ride, and him and The Rock was there. But there was a mascot outfit. So technically there was like a gate perimeter of people looking like, what's going on? Why is everybody here? And supposedly they supposed to show up. So I literally waited 3 hours for them to show up. And I was like in the front gate. Basically, he was like 10 feet away from me. Like basically the best day of my life, though. So if I couldn't meet him face to face, at least I wanted to see him in person. So that was good enough for me. And then about a couple years later, I was with a group of friends of mine. We was walking from Universal to Islands of Adventure, and out of nowhere, I just froze. And my friend was like, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "You don't realize who just walked past me? It was his ex-wife and his first daughter just walked right past me." I said, "Dude, that was Danny Garcia. Like, you don't know who that is?" And she looks at me and winks and smiles and just kept walking. And then just so happens now, I met his father. I said, "Now I can die happy now."
Did you happen to go up to Leesburg this last weekend?
I don't think so.
Because we actually got to meet his mother. Because his mother was
his
there.
mom was there?
Yep.
Wow.
She's tiny. If you see The Rock and you see Rocky, it's like she's tiny.
But she's a strong woman.
Oh yeah.
She's a strong woman. That's Mama Rock. Yeah, she's a strong woman.
Yeah, but she don't like being on video.
No, she's not.
I don't blame
See, you can knock the strongest person down by turning the camera on.
Yeah.
Look at Tom. It took forever to get Tom on.
Yeah.
And now I can't get him up to stop.
Yeah, no, hey, they keep bringing me in here with free beer.
You never turn down free stuff.
Take this and bring your mom to the show.
Oh, she likes it. She definitely
This is going to be a free mission for her.
Definitely.
You'll see on the back says free mission, and that's compliments of these two right here.
All right, so Mom, if you listen, you get in for free.
That just makes it that much better.
All right.
Yep.
Compliments of OCD.
There you go.
And that way, since you're getting free, make sure she eats from the Feeling Good food truck.
Oh, definitely.
Now, you're going to have, at Daytona, you usually have about 3 trucks.
We're just going to have 2 this time. We're having Feeling Good and then Selfs. Selfs has been there the last 2-3 times. So, yeah. It's just a couple of the trucks that have other things going on, and it's easier with just having 2, and we'll see how it goes. And
I'm going to say this, and this is nothing against Tom. At least with the Feeling Good, they don't run out of food.
yeah, we've had that in the past. Where,
That's bad.
well, it's good and bad. I mean, sometimes you run out of food because you have too many people. Other times because they didn't figure out how much they should have brought. But we've had that with 1 or 2 vendors that we had there where they ran out of food.
And I'm going to say this, like I said, Tom is not anywhere associated with this comment. I mean, it's a potato, man. Run down to Walmart and get some more.
He had good potatoes, too.
And I understand, but...
Yeah, and America, Big J's wife, she keeps asking me if I'm ever going to bring them back, and one of these days I will. I will bring them back.
And I
Some
told
of us are potato-less.
Yeah,
and I told her that I would get her a potato. So America, it's still there. That offer, if we ever come up to it, I will get you a potato.
I need to find out how I can get dudes, though. Remember when you got the cheesesteaks on the fries for
Oh,
$9?
yes, that was
Yes, that was Dudes.
Yeah.
And that was
that
at Tampa
was
Bay.
amazing.
Yeah, we every time we're in Tampa, we look for that place. We look to see
Oh,
if they're
that
out
was
there.
amazing.
Yeah, they were very good. So yeah, we still travel all the way to Daytona. We'd love to have them.
Right?
They put Philly cheesesteak on fries. So we told them they came to the show in Tampa, and we were sitting there talking to them.
It was.
They said, "What do you want? You go get us some lunch."
Yeah, so
And they come back. Well, I look over, and John's like, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Oh my god, this food's great. So I go, "Oh my god!" And I was doing the same thing. It was fantastic.
Loaded rice with
Yeah,
cheesesteak on top of it.
It's great. Yeah, cheesesteak. It was perfect. It wasn't like little minute steak things. It was well done. Wasn't too much cheese. It was on fries, and it went down. It was just great.
Yeah.
Nick's saying hi.
Hey Nick, how you doing?
Nick, cool.
Nick, Pop Fandom Toys. His family also runs the Philly Good Food Truck. So, okay, Spider-Man. Where are we gonna be able to see you guys now? You guys, you. I know it's the Spider-Verse, so there's very many different.
Now they just brought him back after they had a settled agreement, which is a good thing.
Yeah. Come back. Probably my next event, honestly, is it's probably going to be MegaCon again. Just 'cause I don't find myself too much free time to go to conventions. As much as I love them, it's my favorite. Like convention season, it's my favorite time of year. It's what I look forward to most.
You're in Florida. It's convention season all year
You're all
long.
in your law, you know. It's required.
That's true. But like I definitely want to get to Tampa Bay Comic Con this year. I've been trying to go for the past 3 years.
Supposedly they had Spooky Empires in Tampa, though.
Yeah.
And I'm still debating that one because normally last year was in Orlando, which was from, but now it's in Tampa. Man.
Well, you can't go on Sunday.
Yeah.
Because that's Daytona.
And as I said, I gotta come to but Saturday, like I said, normally I always go Saturdays. But I said I'll still debate. I'm like, I don't know the drive. I'm tired. And I saw the guess how many people was gonna be like the guess the celebrities were there. Not too many years ago, one guy did cross me, Tony Todd.
Oh yeah,
The
Candyman.
original Candyman. I said as a child he traumatized me, but I said I gotta face my fears. I gotta meet him. So I'm still debating if I want to meet Tony Todd. Because I don't know, that guy, he still scares me to this day.
Candyman on all the Final Destination movies.
Yeah.
These are
Supposedly
always,
they're doing another Candyman next year. I think I don't know if it's a remake or a reboot or whatever.
well, hopefully they at least still have him part of it. You know,
He's still the main character.
okay. He's gonna be the main. Okay.
So like I said, if they change the character, I'm not watching. I mean, I'm still having even on the new Blade, I'm still having my hangups
Yeah,
about
because
that.
he's Candyman. I mean, like nobody else
Can play Candyman, but Tony
because it was
Todd.
him.
That same thing with Wesley Snipes' Blade. I mean, they're replacing him with some
Right.
other actor. So a lot of fans are not too happy with it, but you know, like it's like everybody else with the news, they're different Spider-Man. You have to give him a chance.
I mean,
Yeah, but the guy that's gonna play Blade.
I was gonna say it's Mahershala Ali,
Yeah.
and that man is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
So,
look,
I mean, Wesley Snipes killed it, but I'm excited for the new Blade as well.
Yes.
look at what he just did for Cotton. I mean, in Luke Cage. I mean, he did such a wonderful job, and he wasn't even the main focus of the. You know, but everybody would. Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen it, go to Netflix, damn it. when he died, me and my son were like, no, you can't kill him off yet. He's the main thing right here. But he's such a great actor, and I think he will actually do good as Blade.
Yes. So like I said, I'll give everybody a chance.
As well as like if you guys saw Green Book, phenomenal. Like it was great, as well as Uncle Aaron. His performances on Uncle Aaron and Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah.
Great. And so I'm really excited just to see him do more and more comic book characters.
And see, but if you think about it, a lot of people didn't want to, I can't even think of his name. The newest Hellboy.
David Harbour.
Yeah, David
Yeah.
Harbour. And he actually did really good. I'm a big Hellboy fan. And I was on the fence and saying, oh my God, they're going to change it. I went to it, and I'm like, oh my God, he did great. Because he stuck to the comic book,
I still haven't seen the new Hellboy. I'll probably check it out at some point. But I mean, I'm still very on the fence about it.
Okay, and I'm telling you, as somebody who really hates to change, I wish they would have done the third with Ron Perlman. They did.
Thank you.
Do you read the comics at all?
I've read some.
If you read the comics, you'll see the movie stays with the comic.
Give him the damn drink.
And it's not just one whole storyline. You'll see other storylines come into the comics. He keeps the comedy, he keeps the one-liners and all that. He does really good with it.
You got a beer for your husband?
So, I'll take another shot. But
Like you can really just get a bunch of different ones and shot out those, like
Buttery nipple, bro.
You want to send me back to the hospital?
No. Okay. Let's take it in the hospital.
He's my slave. Like,
Oh, if I can just like this.
You know what?
With his
No.
nurse's
Ledger did that. Ledger did that.
With a hospital? That'd be awesome.
Or not
no, that's Slade.
How you doing?
I absolutely love Ron Perlman. Every time he'd gone to MegaCon and canceled like days before, I was always so disappointed. I was like, man, I want to meet my Slade so bad.
But see, some of us are old enough to remember him. You're old enough too, as Beauty and the Beast.
Yep.
He was the Beast. That TV show with Linda Hamilton.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's what.
that's old.
I'm just one of those that I'm going to keep going to whatever show John Crowther's at with Rocky, because one of these days he's going to show up to just say hi to his dad. And I'm just going to faint right there on the floor.
Yep.
November 3rd, Rock. Dwayne Johnson, please show up
If
to
he
Daytona.
does show up, I'm going to
Come
pass
see
out
your
with
dad.
Yep.
That is one person that if he showed up in my face, I would not be able to speak.
I'm going to be
At all.
drunk.
He wouldn't get in the door. Treated me on top of him.
Good point.
Treated me like, oh my God, that was Dwayne Johnson.
Well, you won't be able to hug him because he's so big. So.
Trina will have one arm. I see
Brenda
Brenda
the-
the other one.
I'm gonna
I
take
see
a cab.
Trish on the leg.
Oh, forget it. I'll be on his back.
Man, he's a big guy.
I was meeting him one time, and it was in Miami. Just randomly, I was in Miami with my grandmother, and we were just walking down the street, and he just happened to be there. And I bumped into him. I was like, oh my God, sorry. Didn't realize it was him until later, because my grandmother was like, you realize who that was, right? And I was like, no, all I know is because I was like 7, I think. And they were like, and she was like, that was The Rock. And I was like, I'm sorry, what?
I would look at him and not even believe it. I would be like, this is not possible.
So,
Yeah, but how many
making
times?
an appearance November 3rd? I'm sorry. Bad enough I saw him at Universal, but to see him like more closer, right next to his dad, I'm gonna know.
Right?
But how many times do you see that at the conventions where the stars walk into somebody's booth? And I'm talking about you, Nick, if you're still listening, and they don't even realize that the star is shopping in their booth. Because Nick had it with Phil Lamar.
Oh, nice.
Convention Comforts, her.
Yes.
She had Brandon Raupp in, shopping. She didn't know who he was, And it's like, you just had Superman.
See, for me, I just Todd Ingram for me, Scott Pilgrim.
We had
yeah.
Tampa Bay Comic Con. They had Jason Mambo, and he came over to my booth, and he's a big fan of Eric. I can't remember his last name. He does the Goon.
Okay.
But he's a big fan of his, and he came over and asked me about some books, and I'm like, this dude is like Games of Thrones. Cool. So we're sitting there talking, and I was like, go over to Pike's Comics. He's got those books. So he goes walking over. While on his way over, I suddenly text over to this girl that's over there. I said, hey, I'm sending you over some eye candy. So she was over there helping at Pike's booth, and about an hour later, she comes running into my booth, hugging me. Oh my God, thank you so much. You sent him over. He didn't buy anything, but oh my God, was that nice to see him there. And that's the cool thing, though, when you're at shows. you just treat them as normal people, and then when they leave, you're like, oh my God, do you know who that was? Then you fan out, and that's the thing.
Look at MegaCon with Jeff Whiting, his Brent Spiner came to his stuff,
Okay.
and then as he's walking away, he's yelling at Jeff, "I love this stuff," What else? We've seen a couple.
His favorite one was we actually met Brandon Raupp.
Oh well, we met him at.
Oh, you met him?
We met him at Collecticon.
Okay.
He actually gave us a shout out.
Yeah, he gave us a shout out. If you go back to the video, he shouts out Orlando Collector Deviants and all that. And then while we were up at C2E2, he was there. And since David, you remember David from Smash, he never got to meet Brandon because of his health. Asked me if I could get something autographed for him.
Right.
I go up there to get it autographed. He's like, I remember you from Florida. And it's like, that's been like a month, and you still remember who the hell I am. And I'm
Superman knows me.
I'm like, that's cool.
That's
Adam
cool.
knows me.
That's cool.
So it was really awesome. But
Yeah, we all still fanboy, even though we see him all the time.
When they were filming Tom Jane doing The Punisher, that was back when Tampa Bay was in a hotel, and they had him as a guest. So he was walking around at the show buying comics. He's a big comic book collector. And we sat there and we talked to him for a little bit, and he left. And a couple months later, I'm out at San Diego, and he comes over to the booth and he goes, "Hey, I remember you." And we start talking again. And he starts buying books. Well, after he leaves, this guy comes running over. "Oh, my God, you know who that was?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Really? You know that's the actor that was from Punisher?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I just know him as Tom." "Oh, my God. Do you know who he is?" And I'm like, because you're sitting here wondering.
it was her.
It was her. She's out.
She's out. No more.
But that's the thing. You just never know who you're going to meet at the shows.
Right.
Yeah. And
So
you
that's-
never know who's just, and they're always just walking around because they want to be just, themselves.
But like I said, when I was in Tampa, when I was meeting Danielle, I forgot her last name, but she played Topanga Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
And as I walked to a booth, I'm carrying my helmet, I'm taking it off, and this big guy just walked past me, said, "I like your suit." I look up. I said, "That's Luke Cage."
Nice.
That is awesome.
I was just like, I turned into a little kid. I'm like, "It's Luke Cage."
Back a couple years ago, I was at MegaCon with a friend of mine and her family, and we were looking at one of the t-shirt booths that were there, and my friend starts running up and freaking out over one of the American Horror Story and Peter's t-shirts, and I start teasing her, and this guy standing next to me made some comment about how it was funny that she was freaking out over his t-shirt, and I look over and it's John Barrowman with Katie Cassidy.
No way.
And internally I'm like, oh my God, it's John Barrowman. I was losing my mind. And I was like, yeah, I know, she's a huge nerd, and we just sat and had a good 5-minute conversation. And right before he left, I was like, by the way, I love your work on Torchwood and Arrow. And he was like, oh, thanks. And, shook my hand and
He's a very
walked
personable
up.
guy.
Oh, yeah, no, he's so sweet. Such a great guy. And
If you ever get a chance when he's doing a panel, you can go in and actually get into it and sit there and watch. I mean, he just, after a while, he gets off the stage sometimes and walks out there in the audience and talks to people. We were at one that he did when I was up in Nashville, and he walked out there and he sat down in the chair next to the person and started talking. And the guy came back and he goes, "Oh, thank you." Perhaps something, whatever he brought back. And I was like, he's just a really cool guy to meet and talk
he's
to.
a really nice guy. So is Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, I've met him.
And see, I've heard different stories about Lou.
Lou, it depends on how you catch him. The first time I ever met him, I asked him what kind of makeup they used on, and he was real rough. He's like, "Pancake batter," and he signed a picture and he gave it to me, and I was like, "Wow, man, that guy's kind of an ass." But then I met him again, and I'm there with a bunch of other people, and he's sitting there and he's telling us all kinds of stories about when they filmed the movie and about powerlifting and all kinds of stuff. And it was like, so it depends on when you catch him sometimes.
Yeah, I met him.
And that's the thing.
My very first year going to MegaCon, I met him. There was nobody at his table. He was just sitting there alone, head in it, just sitting there with his, And I walked up and just started talking to him. And as he saw me walking up, he put his hands down, like sat up straight.
He likes your hair
got this
color.
big smile on his
And
face.
dude, the purple is
Because
awesome.
he was like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I
He was
really
like,
like
oh my
it.
god, like who is this?
Purple
Like
and green.
child that knows who I am. And I started telling him, that like my grandfather, whenever I'd go stay with them, he'd always put on this channel that would pretty much always show like Knight Rider and Incredible Hulk.
That is
all
sci-fi
this
back
stuff.
in the day.
And so I was asking him, about like filming stories, and he told me about this one episode where he had to lift a car and throw it down a hill, and they were going to have a crane assist him, but the cable on the crane snapped, and they said that it would take about 3 hours or 4 hours to get another crane out there to lift his car and help him out. And he's like, and at this point, it was like 2 a.m. I'm covered in paint, I'm cold, I'm wet, and it was like, so at around 3:30, 4 a.m., there was a delay. They said the crane won't be here until at least 6:30. And he said, roll the camera, and flips the car on his own, because he was like, I was just so pissed off and angry. He's like, I wanted to get out of his makeup, I wanted to go home and sleep, I was tired. And he's like, so he's like, I had like a burst of adrenaline, and just
He
flipped
became
the
the
car
Hulk
on my
then.
own.
That'll do it.
And I was like, that's awesome. And I mean, I was just sitting there hanging out with him for about 30 minutes, 40 minutes before anybody else came up. And it was just us, like it was me, him, and my dad having a nice conversation.
That's awesome.
Like, super sweet guy.
Okay, it's almost 9 o'clock, and they kicked us out at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
So, basically, and you'll catch us. The next show will be October 25th. We'll be down in Dave & Buster's at TGIF event.
Maybe I can get back on.
And maybe, hey, if I can pull you away from selling all your comics.
Yeah. If I sell them all, then I got plenty of free time.
Exactly.
So, I'm going to pull Nick over here real quick.
Joker,
Yeah.
come on in here. Show some love.
Yeah.
Over this way.
So, before we sign off, is there anything that you'd like to
Oh, I
add?
went the wrong way.
Um,
No, looks better. Looks better.
Well,
if I go
yes,
this
yes,
way.
you do. Come to Versus in
Come to
Oviedo
Versus.
Mall.
Tell us about Versus.
Yeah. Come to Versus. What else?
Where are you located at?
In
What
the
time?
Oviedo Mall.
What time do you
He's
open?
had 1 too many beers.
From what? You open at 10?
Yeah,
One
we
beer.
open up at 10, and we stay open until 9 o'clock most nights. 10 o'clock on Fridays, 10 o'clock tonight. For Warhammer, we have Magic tomorrow. D&D Saturday night. Open tables. He'll be here. Spider-Man will be here. He's here every Saturday.
So what's your character?
Me, currently in the campaign that we just started a couple months ago, I'm playing a human gunslinger named Jacob Mismatch. And my last character before the DM we had previously, unable, or
You really gotta take
unfortunately
pictures of
unable
David.
to continue DMing. I was playing this
Pretty cool.
warlock paladin. Named
Make me wanna play.
Which is a fantastic
Right.
character, but unfortunately, since we had to stop, I wasn't able to see where we went with the warlock route, just because it just happened. And it's like 3 weeks later, end of the campaign.
Okay.
But I really enjoy the character that I'm playing right now. I'm really excited to see where it goes.
Are we going to get you to play?
I don't know. I got to check with the Guardians. Man, I'm busy all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
As a matter of fact,
and
I'm
you
supposed to
have
have
Lords in the D&D now?
Oh, we don't have swords. Maybe we could build a D&D around
Zord.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
and then drop, and then
pop culture, maybe.
Yeah.
Just
There you
bring your
go.
own character.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool, though, right?
Yeah.
See, look at I got you. Now you have to. I got them making a game
Set
for
of
you.
comics that's like heroes and stuff. Yeah, but I mean,
you could
create
do that,
heroes.
and then like 100 guys could get yourself. So, like you could be Raiders or
Or the Joker.
Or the Joker.
Or
Ooh,
Spider-Man.
okay.
Or Tom.
I'm sure you
Yeah, Tom.
You can be
Oh, there
Tom.
you go. Be Tom.
You get
You
more
can't be
powerful the
yourself,
more
be
you
Tom.
drink.
Roll the dice. Okay, I sold that for $5,000. Next time, oh, that's $1. I spent $5,000. I only get $1 for it.
Oh yeah, no, that would be a bad.
That'd be a natural one roll right there.
Okay. Anything else, sir?
That's all we got right now.
Now, when do they get to see you in the store? Because I know you're not here every day.
I'm here on the weekends. Yeah, I'm here on the weekends. Friday nights. Sometimes I hop in and out. But yeah,
Now,
pretty much.
Now, are you
If
always
I'm not
dressed up?
here, Rick will be here. John as well, and then Brian is here every weekday. We also have great staff here. Everybody's here to help you on out with everything that you need. We have tons of action figures, tons of comics, tons of D&D merchandise. dice
Just
that
don't
you
ask
want.
them if they have a hat, because none of them know if they have a hat.
What hat are you looking for?
Well, see, a couple weeks ago, I coming straight from work. I forgot to bring a hat to change out of. I was still in my work clothes.
Yeah.
So I asked them, "Do you guys have a hat?" No, sorry, we don't sell hats here. So I ran down, found a hat somewhere else, come back. There's a Spider-Man hat.
There is a Spider-Man hat, yes. And we had like a, what was it, a Captain America one and Ant-Man. But I think those sold, yeah.
Yeah, but you still have the Spider-Man
We still have
one.
the Spider-Man one.
So, yeah, just don't ask them for a hat because they don't know. Just look. And it's better to browse anyway because you might find something that they don't even realize they have.
Definitely. We've got a lot of stuff. So come check us on out. Versus Comics in the Oviedo Mall. Right next to the Play District. 7 days a week.
And if you don't have it, you can
We can order it. Yeah, we can order it. We will get it for you.
And
Yeah.
you do a subscription service here? For
We
comics?
do a subscription service. Yep.
Very cool.
Comics every Wednesday.
So
Yep.
what is your pick of the week for what just got released?
What just got released? What I'm reading right now is I'm still catching up on Batman Damned, which is amazing. If you haven't checked that out, check that one out. We have it here. And reading a couple other ones. Spawn just released
Oh,
the
wow.
300, so now I've got the 301.
Yeah, 301.
That just came on out. Yeah, Spawn is. I've got 1 through 50, and then 1 through 10 signed by Todd McFarlane.
Nice.
So yeah.
If you want to
Yeah.
buy any more, let me know. I can
Oh,
hook you up.
Okay. All right.
Terrence came on. Hey,
Terrence.
Terrence.
Terrence,
How's it
what's up,
going?
man?
Terrence, miss you out, guys.
Yeah.
See Terrence right here at Brick City. And
Hey,
you'll see
Terrence,
Terrence
we'll
Tell
go
him
see
he
you
has
at
to come to
At
Daytona.
Daytona.
He needs to come to
No,
Daytona.
you'll be at Daytona too.
Good.
Yeah.
So I gotta get you.
So,
Okay. Back to what? Oh, what's your pick of the week? Do you know what came out this week?
Uncle Scrooge. That's what I picked up this week.
Okay. So before we leave, I'm going to ask you because I don't think I've ever asked you this one, and I ask you a lot of questions. What is your most prized possession book that you own that you're not going to sell? That's yours.
I have a romance book that a friend of mine gave me. And it's a book they gave me, and I don't think I'd sell that. It was a cool book. It's got a great cover on it. I mean, I've got a lot of comics and like cool stuff I own, fanzines, undergrounds, but it's like one of the coolest books I got. They just out of the blue gave me a book, and it was just cool.
What's it called?
It was a love story book that he gave me, love romance, 1950s. It's kind of got like a bluish cover with a tree on it and a girl, and like somebody engraved some initials into it. It's a cool looking book.
Yeah.
And it's just, it was something that he gave me, and it was like, I didn't expect it, you know what I mean? So it was like, cool book. Like I said, I own a lot of neat stuff.
You do.
But
I always go by your booth.
At the same time, I'm not attached to anything other, like that one book I don't want to get rid of.
Yeah.
I have a price guide that an aunt bought me back in 1976 that I'm not gotten rid of. Other than that, I mean, anything else is for sale. I just, original art, all that, it's just...
What about you? What's your most prized book?
See, that's not easy.
I know, it's not. You're put right on the spot.
I will probably say Marvel Spotlight #5. Right now, that's my most prized. The first appearance of Ghost Rider.
First Ghost Rider.
That's awesome.
Yep. And I actually read it, and to have it in my hands and to read it, and then I went and got it graded, but I got to read it before I...
Right.
Because if you don't read your comics, then why even get them?
You have to read it.
That's like the old ECs, even though I've reread them many times. And I've had the hardcovers, and I've had the reprints. When we buy original ones, I still reread them. Even though we're going to resell them, I still reread them just because it's an EC. It's like, that is like the coolest books ever.
Yeah.
because they're great horror stories, fantastic artists that worked on the books, just really cool graphics, and it changed the whole industry back then. So those are, I mean, it's great to be able to say, hey, look, I got Amazing Fantasy 15, boom, I got a slab, and I made a lot of money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm going to make sure I read it.
Definitely.
Because we just did that. We got one.
Did you?
Yeah, we got one, and I read it before I took it down. Yeah, and I was like, hopefully it didn't ruin the grade. We got it back. We had it sold right away, and we sold it. Again, I'm not a museum. I'm in business to make money.
Yep.
But at the same time, there's 2 or 3 books I'm not going to get rid of.
Oh yeah. Well, that one. The only reason I even got it graded, it wasn't for the grade, but it was to protect it. It's mostly that I wanted to. Because to me, that's just to get it, to get my hands on it, especially for the price I got it for. I was never going to see that price again. But I got it graded at the Daytona Toy and Comic
and Toy
Convention.
Comic and Toy.
He's had a couple beers and a couple shots. Yeah.
Yeah. It's Daytona Beach Comic and Toy Convention.
There you go.
There we go. But
Brick City Comic and Toy.
But
the land comic and
nevertheless,
collectible.
I got it graded from the show over there.
Very good. And who did you submit it to?
It was CGC.
Was it Agents of Slab, or did you go through CBCS at one time?
CBCS.
CBCS. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Try to say that 5 times fast after a couple shots.
It is tough. Most of our shows, we always have somebody that's a facilitator for anybody that wants to bring in their books that get Blue Label. A lot of times we have authorized witnesses, so if they want to get their book signed and then witnessed it and then send it in to get the gold signature series, we can do that as well. At Daytona, we have Agents of Slab. There are official facilitators for CGC. I also have Slab, which is a named Jack that runs that business, and he does CGC Blue Label, and he's a witness for CBCS. And then we have Comic Cave, and he's a witness for CBCS. So, but every show we try to have somebody that can facilitate a book.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. A lot of shows you have people come in, they want to get stuff signed, they want to get their books graded. We don't do on site, but we do have facilitators that can take your book and submit it for you, and then you can either get the book through them or they can have it shipped directly to you. So,
3 years I was fortunate enough. My uncle runs a shop in New Orleans, like in the French Quarter.
Okay.
And it's an antique shop. And so Anne Rice was selling her place. She had a place in the French Quarter.
Right.
And if you don't know, in the early 90s, she did comic books as well. Interview with the Vampire, Vampire and Stat. Yeah.
The Mummy, or
Yeah.
The Mummy.
Yeah.
She did, it was for a company called Innovation.
Yeah, Innovation. Yeah. So I've got 1 through 10 from Anne Rice's private stock.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Number 1 is signed. That's my, holy grail of stuff, because I like that, the vampire, I like the horror monsters and stuff like that too. But yeah, Anne Rice, I got 1 through 10 straight from her. Yeah, which is awesome.
Speaking of special find, I got, and Tom, I never even told this one to Tom. Marvel Spotlight number 6, second appearance of Ghost Rider, found out a flea market in a dollar bin.
Really?
Going through, it's like, did I just see this? And I'm like, Trish, is this what I'm reading? She's like, yeah, for $1. And it's like,
but that's the thing, you never know what you're going to find.
You never know, especially in those dollar boxes.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot of times I've gone and I've looked at stuff, and the one time we went, there's 3 of us, and we were at this guy's place. And we're all digging through his stuff. And he says, hey, I'll take one of you at a time to come look at stuff. So I go through about 8 or 9 boxes, and there's like 12. And I'm like, this is all junk. And I left. Well, the other guy goes in and he goes through the other 4 that I didn't go through and comes back with a stack of X-Men, early Silver Age. And I always tell everybody, too, go through everything. Yeah. Don't be lazy. And here I am being lazy.
It takes hours in commitment. It does.
Well, and here's another time we were at the, was it Daytona Flea Market of Melbourne? Melbourne, right? Going through the comic boxes, came across one of the first issues from Volume 1 of Roland Mann's Cat and Mouse.
Really?
In the box out there.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, you headed on out? All
Oh
right.
yeah, Spider-Man's leaving us. You know,
Spider-
Spider-Man.
Spidey's out.
he has high school tomorrow morning, science class. The street lights are on. And
He's got to go take
he's
some. He's
way
going out to
past.
take some photos for JJJ right now.
Oh, he's putting on his secret identity.
He is. He is.
But yeah, if you guys take your time, go through comics. I know, like at the conventions, I can't sit there and go through every box. I know a lot of people do.
No, there's
And
there's quite a few that tell me they don't have enough time in a day because they start at one table and they might get through 3 or 4 tables, but they want to look at every one of the box books in every box. And it takes time. It does take a lot of time. And we have a lot of people that come to the show, and that's all they do. They go through and they dig.
a
And
lot of the other vendors.
there's a lot of vendors that do it too, yes. I wish I had more time at my show to go dig.
Well, the only thing that I don't like about the shows is a lot of vendors will start doing that before the show starts.
Yes, but that's because they need it.
Oh, I
And that's part
understand.
of the business.
And I
That is part of
understand.
the business.
And I understand. But it's like, oh, when I go up and talk to them, oh, man, you should have saw I picked up this, and this. I'm like, it was over there? It's like, I didn't see it. Oh, no, I did it before the show. It's like, don't tell me that you picked it up before the show.
It's part of the business, and it's always you can't stop people from doing it.
Oh, I'm not
And at the
saying. I
same
mean, I
time,
can
right,
just say that's the only part of the conventions that I hate. Is sometimes the other vendors go in and take up all the good stuff before you have a chance to go in. And,
I have one vendor that buys a table only simply so that they can get in and look and shop. He doesn't care whether he sells anything or not. He just wants to get in the shop, which is cool. I mean, that's money other vendors are making.
and I understand.
Yeah.
And like I said, I can still be upset about it.
Yeah. Oh no. And you're not the only one. I had one guy who sent me a long letter, and he felt it was unfair and everything. And I told him at one time, I said, "Then you need to pay to be a vendor." And he sent me a contract of money for the next show.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but
That's how you do it.
he wanted to come, and he came in with a friend of his, and they set up some stuff, and they actually made some money, and they were happy. But he got to run around in the morning and shop all the other vendors.
And see, one of the biggest part is I know I can get into the show before it opens, but somebody can't get their butt moving.
I wonder who that is. I'm sitting.
Who is that?
Yeah.
Is that your daughter?
Oh, we don't even bring her
Oh,
anymore.
okay.
But no, because she's actually usually ready to go.
Okay.
Whatever.
I'm just glad that you both show up. That's all I care about.
See, you don't care.
Yeah, well, but I've also learned at the show I'm not allowed to buy till I at least walk to the floor twice. And that's my own
You
personal.
always walk through the floor.
So sometimes you'll miss out on something that you saw once and you didn't buy it. But a lot of times it's better to shop around
Yeah,
because you just never know.
yeah, and for the most part, I'm going to tell you guys, if you're looking for a specific book, you can go to any of the vendors, and if they don't have it, they'll point you in the right place to go. Because somebody more than likely has what you're looking
Yeah,
for.
and everybody does that. Well, most everybody does that because they want you to return. Because if they don't have it, they want to send you somebody that does have it, so that if you do get it, then you come back to that guy that sent you, and you're appreciative of it. You'll come back. And it's like stores that you go to, and they want to give you good customer service. If they can't help you, they call around, they ask other stores, or they send you somewhere where you can get your stuff. And that is good business. To sit there and tell you, no, they don't have it, nobody else has it, just call me later and I'll get it for you is bad business. But to actually help you out and send you somewhere,
Oh yeah.
that's definitely good business. So,
And if you ever get a chance, and it's not at Daytona because he's a busy man, always go get a history lesson from him. Because Tom gives me a history lesson, and I ask for it. I ask him, okay, Tom, give me a history lesson.
and it's always different.
And it is. It's always something different. But I learned so much from Tom. Because there's little tidbits that I wouldn't know, you know. That Tom
Like I
knows.
told one person, they said, you're very smart. I said, no. I'm only smart because I surround myself with people that know more than I do about other subjects. Because if you ask me something and I don't have the answer, I'm going to call someone that does. so that I can give you the correct answer. And that's sometimes that's that illusion that you know everything, but you only know everything because you surround yourself with good people. And as long as you have good people, you're all right.
Yeah,
You agree?
Definitely.
All right.
So
I gotta ask.
if anybody has,
He's got good people around him.
if anybody asks about Power Rangers, you know, right?
It's
I'm
either,
still trying to get a whole team, so it's coming together slow.
see, I'll either ask you or I'll call Mikey at Ranger Stop because that man knows just about
And I'm
everything.
going to be very genuine.
Are you? Yeah, he runs a great show. He's got a good show. He always has a lot of guests. 27 Power Rangers.
Just watch out if you take video of a certain woman. Tom knows what that one's about.
I met all the 90s ones. The only one I haven't met yet was Kelly. The rest of them I do.
You've met just about all of them?
Every single one of them.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got
But have you got drunk with any of them? She has.
I did.
I met a guy that came down from Canada the one year for the show. And he sat there and spent, at least 3 hours trying to educate me on all the different things about Power Rangers. You see, and for my age, that's not my time frame. I know nothing about it. Other than I sat up there, I had some Power Ranger comics and I had some toys. That's all I know was a little bit about that, and that was it. But it's amazing how much you guys know about that show and about all the different
Because
series.
originally it was supposed to be like a Japanese show.
Yes.
And then they switched it over. Because originally, it wasn't even called Power Rangers, it was called Sentai at the time. So, but like I say, it still goes on to like for generations. Like it'll never get old.
So on a serious side, what?
All right, Spidey.
Bye bye.
Everyone else gets to.
What is the most current Power Ranger?
Well, if I recall, I think it's called Wild. I think it's like Power Rangers Ninja Force or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the last one I recall. Because that before that was Wild Force. But me, honestly, like I said, all the good parts they good and whatnot. But me, I stopped after Turbo. And my taste good, like I said, from the '90s and all the way to Turbo, and after that, it's like I just stopped.
It seemed like there for a while, like every year was a new set of
A new
Power
set
Rangers.
for Power Rangers, and I can never keep up, so I gave up.
Yeah, because when we do Dragon Con, the people across from us, they usually have 1 or 2 Power Rangers over there. This year they had 3, and I'm like, that's not the one girl ranger I remember. I remember a different one.
Yeah, we always remember the older ones.
Because there's different shows that I've been to, and I've seen other actors or actresses. And I'm like looking, I'm going, that's not this. So then I start talking to the guy, and he's like, oh, well, she's from like the 4th to 5th season, and then the other one you're thinking of is from the first 2, and I'm like, yeah, I'm totally confused.
Yeah, they bring all these new ones. Like,
Yeah, and it's hard to keep up, and that's why I said that one man spent like 3 hours just telling me about all, and by the time he got done, I was still confused. Because it's like, but you know what I mean?
You gotta stop drinking when people talk.
I was totally sober then.
That was the
Then maybe
problem.
you do need to drink then.
Okay, Trish, is there anything else that you want to add before we call it a night?
No, I think you hit everything.
You have this option
Okay.
here, or do that. So you can either
Sure.
accept the project just as it is.
Join us in 2 weeks on Thursday, and for who's our guest?
We're gonna have Brandon from Free Play Florida.
Brandon
Very
from
cool.
Free Play Florida. All right,
Yep.
Brandon.
Is Joker going to be there or somebody different?
Somebody different.
Cool.
Yeah.
I saw Deadpool was on here a while back.
Deadpool was on here a while back. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, Deadpool couldn't be on last time because he was still regenerating his eye that he popped out while he was
Yeah.
drinking.
I popped out 9, started drinking.
Now, quick question for you guys: are you guys doing Halloween Fest?
Yeah.
Halloween what?
The Halloween
Comic Fest.
We're not. We're not doing that one, but we are doing a 7 days of Halloween. So the 7 days prior to October 31st, we're doing events here. So we're doing like a Ultimate Werewolf night, a D&D night,
Yes, most of them.
lots of different gaming, but all Halloween themed.
You gonna have Vampire the Masquerade?
Yes, we're gonna have Vampire the Masquerade one day, so we're gonna have our schedule out on Facebook.
That's like a high five right there.
Instagram, and everything else. Yeah.
Hey,
I
know.
like that. I like
I-
that. You know,
I
you know
know.
the good stuff. Yes. Vampire Max.
He pulled that off.
I did. I
Oh,
really did.
oh no. See, because that's been around since I was young.
Okay.
So that's one of those that they've actually canceled it and they've actually brought it back. They're
We have it on our
revitalizing
shelves, actually.
Nice.
We have that game.
So,
Yeah,
it's-
believe me, I didn't.
We'll teach you how to play. Come on out for it.
yeah, you would not realize how many different factors of vampires there are, actually.
Is it drinking allowed?
Sure.
Okay, I'll be here.
Yeah.
And see, next time when we have Brandon out, we got to get that Deadpool.
All right. I will ask Deadpool to come, and he'll make another appearance.
Oh, no. You told me Deadpool drink.
Oh, Deadpool drink. Yes.
Deadpool drink.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Because he.
We could go grab some Deadpools once we sign out of this if you want to.
Because he tantalized me with Deadpool the first show, and it's like
There's a specialty drink.
specialty drink
Nice.
made for Nick.
Yep. Over at Eat Play District.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Gotta have the Deadpool.
Okay, so with that, guys, we will see you in 2 weeks, and we will have the show on the 24th because
25th.
no, the 24th is
24th.
the show with Brandon, and
Okay.
the 25th,
Then you're going to be down.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's going to be it's going to be a very early morning and a late night. So, and maybe she can get her beachside hotel. Since we can't do it in Daytona anymore because they raised the prices like 3 times over.
Ooh, what hotel was that?
It was the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would seem like they would do that. Yeah, that's what she was so upset about the last time is because we always get it,
Right.
and they raised the prices. I usually got it because it's always off season. Get it for about $70, something. Nah, it was like $150 a night.
Yeah, no, that.
Yep.
And it's not that great of a hotel to be paying that kind of price. She loved it because she was out there at the beach, and but
I never spent any time in the hotel. You didn't sit to sleep.
Right. Did you have a room that faced out to the beach at all?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Sat
Oh,
on the
yeah.
balcony.
You have to.
See, years ago when Daytona Beach Comic Book Show used to be at the hotel out there at the Holiday Inn, we would get
it's comic and toy show.
back then it was Daytona Beach Comic and Toy Shows. You're right. God. we would stay at the hotel there and always get a room that faced out onto the water.
Yeah.
Because you could open up the sliding door
Listen
and
to it all night
yeah.
long. It's my happy place.
No, it's
I loved it because she goes out to the patio or the porch or the beach itself, and I get to sleep. I turn on the
That's
TV
the
and go,
only time you will find me on purpose on a Saturday out of bed before the sun comes up. So I got to take my camera out there.
yep, I'll wake up, like, okay, it's still dark outside, Trish, go wake up and the sun's going to come up. Give me the bed. Okay, guys, on that note, enjoy. You got Brick City coming up on the 19th. You got Daytona coming up on the 3rd. You got Versus here in the Vito Mall every
Open every day.
7 days a week. And you got the Green Power Ranger,
yeah.
who is
So
now
if,
part of the
if
Guardians.
you have a cool event going on, definitely need to talk to this person.
And also, I do birthday parties as well too. Actually, this Saturday, I hosted my 5th birthday party for almost like 50 kids. So
Nice. There you go.
Well, tell me if you're doing a birthday party on the 22nd, and I'll go crash it because that's my birthday.
You know, we'll just bring it here. Bring it to Versus.
Yep.
Do the after party.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And on that note, guys, we will see you in 2 weeks. Have a good one.
Good night.
See ya.
Night.